Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein we discuss achieving combo records, Scoots Without Borders, and the Mighty Jounce on Ice. Now play the music, Paulie.
Does it feel weird that you're the only one without a shirt? Because last time we both had all three of us had our shirts off.
No, I've been checking our Patreon lately at patreon.com, The Adventures of Danny and Mike with the and spelled out.
Okay.
And it doesn't show a paper towel tank top as a reward at any level.
That's valid.
I guess what we should start with is pictures of Danny in a paper towel tank top as
never gonna happen.
As a reward. What do you mean never gonna happen? Are you familiar with Photoshop? It's a little program that's been used to quite humorous effect over the years.
Sure, but someone's gonna have to make a paper towel tank top to put it up on the internet to Photoshop it. If you Google that right now, there, chutzpah.
Dude,
see what happens.
Google Jares. Look what they did with a pair of jeans and some stairs, bro. You saw it. You saw it close up.
I don't know what that means, but
Dan saw what it looked like.
Dan, you saw what it looked like.
I dare someone to make that stupid thing.
I've already tried.
Yeah, I know. You tried. I see it because I know it's difficult.
I was going to make you
one.
It's
hard to represent what that is without actually having one on.
Not true. All you have to do is get a pattern of the paper towels and print that on an all-around shirt, and you have a paper towel tank top. Now, it's not made out of paper towels, which is what the original idea was, but it does look like a paper towel tank.
That doesn't serve the same purpose, and it doesn't serve.
There's no purpose to it.
So then it doesn't exist. So that's not what you make. You have to make an actual paper towel.
Well, we're waiting for us.
So Photoshop me, boys.
We're gonna weave it.
Photoshop me, boys.
Don't threaten us to hold you down and put a bunch of paper towels all over your body because we will do it.
All right. That. Why would you do that?
I don't. Mike.
This is real.
What is it?
It's real.
Oh, Mike is showing me a picture of some stair steps made out of jeans.
Yeah,
Why?
They're carpeted with denim.
Yeah,
I proved
they were
this.
Great. You prove that message.
Great.
Prove that it exists. Prove that it doesn't exist. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, let's get the show started.
I just won't wear a goddamn paper towel tank
You
top.
might. Don't.
Never.
You don't. Okay. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
I can feel the sweat rolling down me.
Shirtless. And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
At this moment,
everything's perfect.
At this moment, Morona's sweatier than I am.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know
Take
what?
a Polaroid.
He has more body.
Take that. He has more body.
Showing.
What?
Take a
showing?
Polaroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has more body showing, then he should be cooler. But maybe, his dad bod is getting the best of him right
dad
now.
bod.
So he's feeling a little anxious about.
That's actually the last song. That's the last song on the second side. Dad bod got the best of me.
Oh, and my
Dad bod got the best.
Thank you so
of
much
me.
for tuning into the show. We just went right into Dad bod. It's like a very
Dad
easy
bod
transition.
got the best of me. Dad bod got
How are you, gents? I haven't seen you in a little while. What's
been working. As you can tell, what I've been up to from here. You don't even have to ask me.
Well, I do though. It's does not. Have you been? Because it's not working.
What do you mean?
You've been working out?
No, I've been working on my dad bod.
Oh, there you go. That's yes.
What the fuck did you think I was
I thought you said you were working out, and I was like,
Who said that?
then
why would you push your belly out?
So then Jeremy said, because you didn't hear it,
Yeah.
he said it's not working.
No, I heard that.
Well, I thought you're sticking your belly out again. It does it for the listener. Michael is grabbing his front handles. I don't know. That's sort of like love handles, but in the front. Yeah. So what's going on, gents? Danny, you had a little bit of work today, running a little behind, but
Looked like
we
you had
forgive.
some
I'm
work
very
done.
sorry that I was running a
We
little
forgive.
bit behind.
We forget.
Just came off of 11 days of shows.
Rock shows.
Are you finished?
So,
Are you finished
yeah.
with your tour?
Yeah, I'm finished, but I had to take the van back.
Minivan. Oh, there's always
I
that
had to
day.
take the van back, and then I had to go to the city, and then I had to come back home.
Because he left something in the van.
Get the car.
Oh boy.
Thank goodness it was Veterans Day because I didn't have to move a car extra
For alternate side.
for alternate side. That was a plus.
There's not a lot of-
we salute our armed forces for not forcing us to move the car across the street.
There's not a lot of happening in the city today. It seems like it's very calm.
That's wonderful. man.
Peaceful.
Yeah, we need that.
People are out of town, which is great. I always love the holidays. certain holidays. July 4th in the city. Ooh, it's perfect because nobody's here.
We had a nice Halloween. I don't know if you saw the pictures of the family costume.
Worker, yeah.
Little costume. So yeah, holidays are fun. G turned 2, and my brother got him a construction worker's helmet for his birthday, which just worked perfectly. And I think last year Adele had gotten him an R2D2 helmet, which is what drove that first costume. And so we've been pretty lucky.
You get one piece and you're like, oh, I can make something out of this.
Yeah. It's been a really good jumping off point each year. And we hit Pauly G Slice Place that night, which was delicious.
Very
you gotta
nice.
go. Not you, but
were they handed out slices or?
No, Pauly G was handing out candy. And then he was posted up.
He always hands out candy.
Yeah. No, he was posted up in like the nicest booth in the place. And there was a line like out the door. And then all of a sudden he left and I grabbed that booth. So.
Wow. So you're sitting in the presence of the essence of Pauly G.
The quintessence. It's called herbal quintessences. A lot of oregano.
Herbal quintessences.
Yeah. No, he was handing out like, it wasn't like he was giving out Malamars or something, but it's intended to evoke like an old school slice joint. And as soon as I stepped in, it smelled right. So
interesting.
Yeah, it smelled. You step in yourself and you smell it. And
well,
you be like, oh yeah,
it's like it's the gas oven smell and the
it's a good combo. Yeah, it's a good combo.
Saucy and gas. Saucy gas. That's how you know you're in a great New York pizza
Saucy
shop.
and Gas. Wasn't that like the failed TNT detective show that they tried before Rizzoli and Isles?
Saucy and Gas.
Saucy and Gas. There's like,
It's a drunk guy and his partner who has IBS-C.
Yeah, big. It was sponsored by Prilosec, and it was brought to you by who's the other one? It was brought to you by Zantac.
Pepto. Yeah. It could be Pepto. It could be a Pepto
jointly,
episode.
Yeah, it was a Pepto.
I would watch Saucy and Gas, by the way.
You would watch Saucy and Gas because you auditioned for it. There was a guy I know back in the day, you know this actor, Paul. He's been in everything, but you remember him from True Romance as being one of the Sicilians right there next to Christopher Walken. And whatever we would talk about, he would say, I read for that. So whenever we were around each other, we just used to go back and forth hard. Like, I read for that. Oh yeah, I read for that.
So I haven't.
Such a weird thing when people do that.
Oh,
it's very funny to. I mean, I guess sometimes I do it.
Yeah,
but I don't do. Yeah, but it's not like.
Historically, we have that on podcasts too. Yes. Oh, yeah, I read for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. Oh, that movie.
Oh yeah,
won like 6 or 7
Academy
Golden Globes and a few. Yeah.
Cheddar Bob. Oh yeah, I read for that.
Cheddar Bob. Yes. Yeah. Who did?
God, I would have been. That would have. I'm glad I wasn't Cheddar Bob. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, no, I'm not.
I'm glad you weren't
The
Rabbit.
paycheck would have been nice.
I'm glad you weren't Rabbit.
Rabbit?
Yeah.
Who was Rabbit?
Wasn't it Eminem's right-hand man or friend?
No, it was Eminem.
Oh, it was Eminem.
Eminem was Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
White
you weren't
Rabbit,
up. Did you? I don't think you would be up for that role.
For what?
For Eminem.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't have been Eminem.
He provided the sweater with the puke spaghetti on it for the inspiration for the rhyme.
Right.
Was it a paper towel sweater?
Ooh.
Bring
it home.
Sweater.
Welcome to the
At the
adventures
audition,
of Danny and...
well, it's funny because, I tell that story about what happened with that audition for 8 Mile.
Yeah.
But what I didn't tell you is that my mom had sent me leftovers. And I had them in the car and I didn't want to, because it was hot out. It was like summertime. So I didn't want to keep it in the car. So I brought them with me.
Mom's spaghetti. Get the fuck out of here.
Mike, I was just trying to set that up, and you just destroyed me.
Oh.
Not that you knew it was coming once I said leftovers. But, yeah, I wanted to say that I spilled Mom's spaghetti.
Right.
Thanks.
Nice
my palms were sweaty.
They make cream for that now.
For sweaty palms?
Yes.
There's a prescription?
No, it's not even prescription.
It's just, it's OTC?
OTC.
Okay.
It's 2 guys started this business from Colorado.
Called?
I've been seeing the commercials. I think it's called like wackypalms.net or
It's
something.
it's leftover stuff from the weed harvest. Hemp. It's hemp.
Hemp oils.
It's like a hemp dehumidifier that's rubbable.
Yes. So
It's if God wants you to have your palms sweaty, then damn it, they should be sweaty. Don't use
Wow.
something.
Wow.
Don't use something to clear it up.
that's not accurate.
No, it is.
That's going against everything.
It is.
that we
No,
stand
that's
for in
how.
this
That's
country.
you. You know, you must be a.
Peak capitalism.
Your eyes don't work? Put glasses on it. Your feet don't work? Use insoles. That's what we do in this country.
I mean, we don't. I'm just saying, we don't wait to evolve different feet. We have put sneakers on because we've paved so much of the shit around us.
That's valid.
You know, like we couldn't evolve feet quick enough to keep up with how much shit we're paving all the time.
What if we just gave up and be like, I guess we'll get it on the next round. The next round of evolution, we'll get, I'm just hoping
You don't think that's already happened?
my third spawn has better feet than I do.
You don't think that's already happened?
I mean, how's your son's feet?
G has great feet. He's
And
right.
wings, apparently. 'Cause the
Not
next
only-
generation can fly. Great.
Not only was the Halloween night a good thing, he ran around up in Greenpoint. There's a couple of landmark streets that have some nice houses giving out stuff, and one house had tricked up like pulleys and big old spiders and stuff, and he kept a respectful, scared distance away. And we picked up candy, plenty of candy, and Dada has taken his very small tithe,
Yeah.
not less than 10%, and
That's not a bad number.
when that was done, you get to the very next weekend is always marathon weekend, and you always see one or two people running in costumes. And I took them up to Manhattan Avenue and found a clear spot while his mom was teaching, and he really wasn't occupied too much with clapping. But eventually, it's great in Greenpoint. There's so much drumming on every single corner that the marathon goes by. Or there's so much live music all over the place.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
bands down the street or people with their speakers in the windows. And
I know
everybody's
someone
yelling.
who ran the marathon this year.
In what costume?
It didn't run in costume, but got to a mile marker where his friends were playing, and he got out of the race and he grabbed a guitar and he started playing music for a couple minutes, and then just got back on. He didn't care about the time. He was just like, "I'm doing it."
This is what the Guinness Book of World Records has done to our modern world. People can no longer beat normal records, so they have to try and set
Double up.
Yeah, well, it's longest, quickest swimming of the English Channel while wearing a Morrissey shirt and moping and moping the entire time. Oh yeah, or you could solo on your back if you did backstroke all the way to France. Backstroke all the way to France, soloing the fastest English Channel transit, no matter where. You need to.
Oh my god.
Yeah, people need to be a triple threat in this day and age. You know that better than anybody, Dan. It's like we said, can you rock out and ice skate? And you said, I can rock out. Sure.
Yeah, I could rock out an ice skate if I had wireless system.
Okay, that
I feel
would be
like
cool.
That could be cool.
Why not Mighty Jounce on Ice? Mighty Jounce. Get your band together with a fusion with
Between
Mighty Jounce.
January and March.
Nassau Coliseum.
No, Nassau
Coliseum.
No. We're talking McCaskill Lake and we're doing all the lake shows.
Lake McConkey.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Lake Caroga.
Is that a lake?
Caroga Lake.
Lake Onondaga.
Upstate New York.
Lake Onondaga.
Oh yeah.
These are all the places?
We're saying that's where we would be doing the Mighty Jounce tours.
Yes,
We couldn't
yes.
get into the Nassau Coliseum.
Well,
We'd be doing backyard lakes, and and we don't have any insurance in case we fall through.
They've
guys,
really-
or anybody else.
They've really grabbed a lot
Still
of that
play
money.
Eminem.
I've noticed this. It's not good enough for brands to stand on their own now. They're so scared that they have to do Dragon Ball Z fusions of every single fucking product out there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Because during football, they just advertised a Jack Daniels Budweiser, Jim Beam Budweiser, Budweiser in a Jim Beam barrel or some bullshit like that. There's the Supreme always has mashups with somebody. They're so scared. The Nike limited editions always sell out that way as well. I don't know what the one that was that I'm thinking of so hard about this. Besides the Budweiser one.
Budweiser Beam, yes.
I like the combo though. The combo. What were we just talking about? The combo.
No, like Disney.
World Records
Disney has
plus-
Disney did Lego Star Wars, and that for a lot of people was like whoa. And then there was Disney DC. There was Disney Marvel superheroes and Lego. There's Lego Marvel superheroes, and there's a Lego Batman movie, and there's all these sort of like generations of intellectual property mashups. I guess at this point.
Well, it started with music. Might as well go the full.
Are you talking about
audio visual?
You talking about Aerosmith and Run DMC and walk this way? Because that's all I can remember, and then just them, like it just being an allegory for segregation of this wall between their two sets. I grew up in Queens.
Well, maybe it was, but maybe back then because it was so new and fresh that it was something like that. Now you hear Kid Rock doing "Sweet Home Alabama," right, with the Werewolves of London underneath it.
Well, that's the problem. Oh, yeah, that's weird too because. People who run around with fucking Confederate flags on, give me a fucking break. Especially in Ohio or Pennsylvania.
Don't look at me when you say Ohio.
Wow.
I'm saying because your people fought for the Union. You didn't.
I know.
You didn't fight for no bullshit Confederate flag.
We were just down in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and I saw a few pickup trucks with Confederate stuff on it, and I'm not into it, but I was like, well, at least we're in Virginia. Because
what does that mean?
Pennsylvania, because exactly what you're saying. Is I feel like I see so much of it in like Jersey and PA.
Give me a fucking break. None of you sent. That's you don't see. You better see a lot less fucking Nazi flags out there. It's scary.
That's okay. I don't think it's a Nazi flag. Nazi flag?
I'm saying you think about what other country do you like let the flags of the losers stick around and build?
Right.
We don't have any statues. We don't have any statues of Nazis in Germany. Right. We shouldn't have Confederate statues here. I think it's a fucking joke.
Yeah. Yes, I'm with you. You were. Where else did you go on the old Jounce tour? Because you did
we did Lazy Man. We did a Lazy Man week. We did New Haven on Monday and
Frank Pepe.
We didn't go to Frank Pepe.
What the fuck?
We got Bar. No, because there are other places too. You guys just know the big one. Bar is a really great place in New Haven.
I remember somebody steering us towards another place.
Bar is legit.
Okay.
So we had that, and people come out on a Monday night in New Haven.
We're interested in the food, of course, right away.
Yeah. You guys should know. We got yelled at for even thinking about eating the slice place Marco Polo, which is down the street from Cafe 9.
Forget about that.
They're like,
so how was the pizza in the next town?
Pizza in the next town was New York pizza.
Okay.
We had a really sweet show on election night with Dave Hill's band, Valley Lodge. It was their CD release show.
Yeah, new album.
And they should have,
all worn,
it was
suits.
just like, no, it was great. It was great. We just said that we would play later because they said they were old and, didn't want to play at 11 o'clock at night and bring people out. But it was their
show. So you were the encore.
So yeah, it was like one of those weird things.
Did you play any Valley Lodge covers?
No.
Why not?
No, we didn't. But we did play?
What?
We did play Problem Child by AC/DC, and we had Dave come up, and Tim, our drummer's wife, Anna Copacabana.
Let's sing.
She's in like a Bon Scott era AC/DC cover band. So we played Problem Child, and it fucking kicked ass.
I've said it before, but I don't like AC/DC.
What was that firmed up by our recent tour across America?
There was several occasions.
There's a lot of AC/DC. Hey man, Bon Scott era AC/DC.
No,
I still good.
I still like Prince top to bottom.
Very good. We're not talking about Prince. We heard some Prince on the radio.
I was just thinking about how often we heard everything. Like that was our high count.
Prince was definitely seemed like the high count anyway.
Well,
on the old 90s night with Danny and Mike tour.
That's true. We did hear a lot of Prince on this little run, but it was just like New Haven, New York. Then we went to Amityville, the scene of the crime.
I want to talk about Amityville.
Yeah, did you have any like latent trauma?
No, I handed the guy a manila envelope with a piece of paper in it and said, "Are you John Scanlon?"
Yeah,
I owe you.
All right, you should have done it just just to see what
Here's the
happened.
rest of the money. Good job. Good
No,
job.
because
Scoots
there's
has been scooted.
Because they're not liable for anything like that. You fucked that up.
Well, I don't know about that.
Then
I'm not a.
Then
I'm
be
not
my
involved
guest. Be my guest and go sue.
since- I
Sorry, Amityville Musical. But if Jeremy is going to be out of work for a while,
I need the money.
he needs the money. And I
Um,
get 10% of that because I gave it to
let's
you, the
not-
idea.
Let's not go that far. Only if you wear a paper towel tank top. I was wondering if you how the anime, if that was mentioned at all during the.
It was. There were a few people that were there
Oh, good.
from the last time.
Did they mention the paper towel tank top?
No, you know who was there?
Dirty Secrets?
The bear hug guy.
Oh, Bear Hug and Rob?
Bear hug and Rob.
I thought
Bear
he
hug
was
and
like,
Rob was there.
I thought he
And
was
he
like,
apologized without ever having listened to the podcast and us talking about it. He was
maybe,
like, "Sorry, man. I know
maybe
I was
the
helping
podheads-
people. I hope he didn't know. Hurt you guys too bad."
maybe the
And I thought he had
podheads-
listened to the show, so
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, no worries, man. Hey, and we also we embellished some stuff,
Yeah.
trying to make it seem like we
And
were."
he was like, "No, I've been sued recently for crushing people's
I think
spines, and
probably.
I just just hit AA, and this is how I make amends."
he got wild at the show.
You still remember? Oh,
No,
this
at our
Jounce
show, he got wild. Like he was like, just coming because I was at the other show and
Yeah.
I said I was gonna check out your show, so I'm here. And like he was there by himself, and I think he was drinking hard. And while
Hard
we were
cider?
playing, he was like the number one fan.
I have to
Like
say
getting
that
up in our face and like yelling, and we played Cult of Personality, and he about damn lost his mind.
that's not an easy song to play.
Not an easy song to play.
That I think that Amity.
We do it with one less person.
I think and 6 less strings on the bass. I think, what do you call it? Amityville Music Hall. If Bossy Girls Burlesque was that size, it would have been the most perfect show
Oh, sure.
ever. If Bossy Girls had a kid with Amityville Music Hall, and so Columbus, Ohio met Amityville, Long Island, they would have to meet somewhere in Pennsylvania, probably, or Jersey, West Jersey, somewhere in Pennsylvania, and they would land somewhere.
Well, you know where it could be?
Shady Maple.
New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Oh, home of Ween,
Home of Ween.
birthplace of Ween.
Home of the fabled juke joint,
Oh.
John and Peters.
Oh,
We played there on Thursday.
oh, that was a rock show as well. How was the pizza there?
Diener wasn't there. They have some of the best bar food, though. They do. Very good bar food there.
I mean, that's
Meaning
not
it's just
not
like-
scrapple. That's breakfast.
No, bar food.
What
Not
meaning?
breakfast.
Meaning wings,
like
toasted
wings and
things.
stuff that
Fried stuff.
fried stuff. Exactly.
It's my ammo.
Anything that Jeremy could
Exactly.
eat.
Mozzarella.
Oh, lots of stuff. Yeah,
mozzarella
yeah.
sticks.
Mozzarella sticks,
Onion rings.
jalapeno poppers.
J-pops.
J Pops wasn't
See,
that?
for the listener? Jeremy's eyes goes very wide
Oh,
and big every time someone says anything
Because that was
about
actually
jalapeno poppers.
that was
Any-
actually his
any
name.
food.
That was his name in the N1 league. J
J-Pops?
Pops. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh baby! Oh baby! Oh baby! J Pops swooping and hooping.
Yep.
That was ridiculous.
Oh,
He would
yeah.
do these he'd like dribble with a little kid and like put it inside his shirt and do like the dribble around his back for the listener.
for the listener.
Mike is miming that he has
Wow.
a shirt on, which he does not.
He does
Oh, yeah,
not,
yeah, that's
definitely
not
does
easy.
not have a shirt
That's
on.
not easy.
at all. But then we went down to Virginia and played a show at James Madison University,
Oh, cool.
which was weird because it was an outdoor show
Oh,
on November 9th,
chilly outdoor show.
2018 at 7:30 after the sun
Had the sun gone down.
Even though we were under a pavilion, like a covered pavilion,
A pergola. I think he's trying to say a pergola or a gazebo.
It was only covered
He's
up
trying to say
top.
gazebo.
Right.
So it was
It's like a
just like
lean-to.
So it's a gazebo.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a bivouac?
No, I think the first one was right.
Sure,
It wasn't a pergola because it was covered in the
And it
top.
was
It was a
in the
gazebo.
woods.
It was a gazebo.
guys, and it was in the woods.
Oh,
This is a
that's
lean.
cool.
It was a lean-to.
It was fun. There are definitely people there, and it was for the radio station WXJM.
Nice.
WX, Jam.
WXJM.
Did
and they were all like 18, 19-year-old kids like playing music before us,
Mm-hmm.
and then we played.
College
Oh my
college
God.
kids.
Let me
Yes.
tell you,
With the good
every
energy.
college kid, Jules. I
Isn't
didn't
that
realize.
crazy?
I didn't feel like I've been around like that age
your-
of people in a while, and it was insane.
At the end of the show, they
see
had this
how
big
many-
bowl of jewels left over, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, every other band has it in their rider. I figured you just wanted them too."
Very strange.
Yeah.
It was, it was just like these like, it was just continuous like fog.
Tide Pod in one hand, Jewel in the other.
Oh my God.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. And they invited us to a basement party after the show.
Kager.
Yeah. They were like, hey man, make sure you come over to 55, whatever street. And we got 6 bands in the basement, got some kegs ready to go. You guys should totally come over and party. I was like, you guys don't know how old we are.
Kegged up, ready to go.
Are you
Kegged up, ready to
Are
go.
you well aware that we might be 20 years older than you? But you know what? Actually, that made
You're not
me,
38.
it made me think about close to.
You're not 38.
So this really great jazz trumpet player died last week.
Okay.
Roy Hargrove.
Oh yeah.
Roy Hargrove was one of the most badass motherfuckers ever. He early 20s was crushing it, like playing with Herbie Hancock and doing also just playing with a whole bunch of people. And I got into him when I was in college, and my college girlfriend emailed me a couple, right after he died, and was like, "Oh man, that's so sad, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Why is she yeah, she knows I like Roy Hargrove."
But
and then
what's the significance?
I had gone to a show, and I remembered that. That's why I was like, I remembered this part. I was like, yeah, we went and saw Roy Hargrove and Herbie Hancock and Randy Brecker and Brian Blade play at UMass.
Mm-hmm.
And after the show, we hung around, and I totally forgot. This is just me. Probably I was just stoned through the show, and just my memory of it was hazy.
Classic.
She invited Roy back to her dorm room and
What?
hang out.
What? And didn't tell you.
No, we all went together. I drove him there, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm totally remembering this now." We took him and had partying in the dorms, and then we took him out to another party, in in the woods or somewhere.
Then we took him
in
to the
Western
dining hall.
Mass.
Then we took him to the dining hall.
And we just partied with him all night, and at 4 or 5 in the morning, we dropped him off at the Holiday Inn where he was staying, and said, "See you later."
Wow.
And it was one of those moments where I didn't even really think about it, that he was,
Yeah.
because he was a young guy then, but he was still probably, he died.
You were
he was
young.
40, he was
50s?
49 or 50
You
years
were
old
a young
when he
guy.
died. So he's
So you know what that means?
He was
No
in his,
excuse
early
for not
30s.
going to that fucking
I
basement
know,
party.
I know.
Zero, Danny.
I know.
Oh, so you should have gone to the kegger. is
So
what you're saying?
I should have gone, just
Yeah.
like Roy Hargrove wanted to hang out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you now know the error of your ways, and now you can go to every single one that anybody ever asks you.
I
again.
like this. I like this new you. I do. I'm a fan.
I don't like the new
I
you.
just say
that's-
yes to everything.
C's I'm making a lot more surface area contact with your couch, which is very absorbent. It's
Mike
like-
is shirtless now, laying horizontal.
Here's the
on
thing, man.
couch.
I'm doing great.
I know you are.
I'm
You're
not
doing great.
I'm
That's
not
because there's
sweaty.
no heat pipe directly over you, my brother. The heat pipe ends right there, and that's why I'm dying, my friend.
The HVAC in this pod studio needs a little love.
You know,
if
the
if you're
Greenpoint-
into HVAC, please,
The Greenpoint
in the New York
Social
area.
the Greenpoint Social Club is currently out of work. This is my other odyssey right now. They lost a job, and we're waiting to get paid by another contractor. So the fellas have just been sort of watching soccer in the basement and drinking and working up all this rage. And they decided to
I
renovate.
love that that's what happens in the basement of your building.
They decided to renovate the stoop. So all of a sudden, Tuesday, I left, and when I got back in the afternoon, the stoop was gone, and it was raining, and there, kind of a new stoop showed up on Wednesday, and then it was done on Thursday. These guys with nothing to do, just went the hell
Went
at
to
it.
town. Yeah.
How did you get into your building without a stoop?
We went through the basement, and they put
social
up
club.
and they put up. You went downstairs through the social club, and they put up these plywood walls on either side of the extremely crooked basement stairs to just get you straight out.
Make it seem.
Yeah, to get you straight out the door. And it was I was immediately reminded of those Christmas market walls that we build everywhere. in parks when
Oh yeah, like
when we
Union
do
Square has
when we
their-
do massive privatizations of public space every fucking holiday season for no fucking reason other than to do.
I get lots of nice stuff when
I'm glad.
when I go there.
Yeah. Do you? It's the most inconvenient thing in the
It
world.
is pretty inconvenient. I will give it that. I do stay
holiday
away from
market.
Union Square.
Give
when
me
that
a break.
happens.
Any of them. It's like it's all of our public parks are basically being rented out, filled with generators and stands, and used for commerce for a month at least. And in Bryant Park, it gets all set up like that too, right? I really don't get in the city, which is great. I've been a Brooklyn boy and Long Island. I've not been getting in Manhattan too much. It's been wonderful.
Do you guys, are you ready for a foot update? Are we at that point of the
Oh,
podcast?
gosh.
Speaking of Amityville
The sin run the scoots. The sin for the podiatrist.
Went back to work last week, but this week I've been on 2 feet all week. You believe that? Last
All
week I
week.
worked 2 whole days without the scooter. I walked
No scoots.
all around the stage.
How's your
You
leg doing?
lose like $30 in car allowance per day. For
I
that,
should get
right?
it for
Yeah, you
that.
should get a scooter rental.
Get a license plate on there. It says beep beep or scoots, I guess it would say.
Beep beep.
There's no horn.
I'm not the
your
There's
cue.
no horn.
I'm not the road runner.
I was gonna say this is your cue to get every single Roadrunner toy ever from the
Thanks.
from the store.
Well, the good news is it's there's no more pus. There's no more
Oh, that's
grossness.
good.
It's just a weird looking scar.
That your girlfriend says looks tough.
Yeah, makes me look tougher.
I'm saying,
Is the bone healing the way it's supposed to?
or does it have to be?
Doctors
Does it have to be
like,
rebroken?
we didn't like screw it up having you walk on it for longer than you
Negative.
should have done.
And we didn't screw it up having you do all those.
And also, we didn't screw it up at all because nobody told you to jump off the fucking stage. You know.
Yeah,
That
we
comes
advised
with
against
my
that.
services.
Oh, you're just saying
That's
for legal
called
I'm
purposes.
just saying for legal
Yeah,
purposes.
neither of us advised you to jump off.
Neither
the
of
stage.
us advised you to do
Called
that.
Nor
hustle, Dan.
DannyandMike.com with the
That's
end
called-
spelled out LLC.
Making it happen. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, you
that's what
made
you're
your
doing.
you made your footprint.
Yeah, you made your
did
fifth.
it.
You made your fifth metatarsal. Quit this mortal coil, bro.
I don't know. Now it's robo tarsal.
Robotars.
But yeah, it's good. The bone's growing back, and there's 3 screws in there that are helping it.
How does it feel?
Honestly, it feels completely fine.
Do you remember?
Don't fall into that false sense of security.
I know, and that's why I still got the boot on.
Are you sure? Because I booked us all bubble soccer this afternoon.
I would still do bubble
You
soccer.
would still
with
do
one
bubble
foot.
soccer with one foot. I think it would be.
Absolutely.
I think a scooter would be a cool advantage. Actually,
Oh, I could just put the scooter
Oh God,
handle
he would
inside the
impale.
bubble.
He
my
would get
God.
impaled.
no.
You don't know that.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
I
don't
could
know.
get some speed and
I think
take
he would.
down.
I think it would be more like Jeremy Rocket League, J-Pop League, J-Pop's League.
Well, if it were on turf, though, it would be a big negative because I
Yeah.
couldn't go very
Turf
fast.
toe. Yeah.
But,
But we're talking about the blacktop game. Reebok.
oh, that would be great.
Blacktop, built for the outside.
Speaking of, the boot that I have has a pump in it.
It has a pump. See,
It's just like a Reebok pump.
Is
Back.
Shaq-
It's
is-
just like a throwback 90s.
Shaq endorsed.
They had to wait till it became public domain to spit. That shit was around so long ago. The patent is worn out.
It's been around. It's been around so long. It gets its own post office stamp.
I wanted to get a Reebok sticker and put on here, but I haven't done that yet.
Jeremy, can we talk about why our website has worms? What happened to
Yeah. Why does our website have brain worms?
What happened?
Yeah, we're having problems with our website.
Did we get hacked? Did the Russians do it?
It's called malware.
Malware. How
It
do
means
we?
it-
How
the
do you
root-
get malware? How does it go into
Okay.
your website?
It comes from the French word
Bad.
mal for
Yeah.
evil. Yeah.
Mhm, evil
okay.
wares.
Okay. Go back.
No, it's just spammers that are that find a way. I don't know. Basically, they
Is
find
it
a
because
way.
we've been talking shit on the internet?
It's because of our IT.
Do you think
guys.
it's because?
It's because of Verizon.
do you
is what
think
it's because of.
Verizon's fucking with us because Michael was fucking around for so long?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just. I didn't. I've upped the security measures.
Oh, we're up to orange now.
So we
our
have a
threat level. Our
firewall
threat level.
now.
Our threat level.
We've gone up
orange.
from burnt sienna
Yeah.
to just full on orange.
Oh, God,
It's
yeah.
all different
Oh, so he's
levels of
he's gone up to. He's gone up to OS Ocelot, OS 10 Ocelot.
But yeah, the I think we're a little more secure now. I'm gonna work on the
$1 billion idea.
The
$1 billion
website's back
idea.
up, but
We
it's-
didn't lose anything.
$1 billion idea
think so.
update, fellas.
$1 billion idea
have one?
update.
Yeah.
What is it?
Next iPhone
Okay,
come with a scale on the screen.
that you just lay stuff on the screen.
Yeah, and you can just weigh it.
That's not bad.
Tell
You know, I've been thinking. Okay, this is serious. I actually showed this to Marlo one night when I had
when you had a head full of edibles,
couple drinks.
Yeah.
I had started researching all of these little things that you can plug into your iPhone to get blood pressure, to get pulse, to get heart rates, to get blood. You could touch your finger and get blood. Basically, my idea was to get these little packs made that have little boxes, and you could ship them all over the world,
like Star Trek.
And all you need is somebody with a phone,
right?
And you plug everything in, and you basically have a medical checkup in a box. You could send your results in via iPhone. You could have blood tests. You could have breathing tests.
After this podcast was recorded, we found Jeremy Balin dead outside of the hospital.
Michael and Danny are now billionaires in their new company. 50% ownership each in their new company, Scooters Without Borders.
Okay. No, but it's come on now. There's 2/3 of the world doesn't have adequate health care. They don't ever get regular checkups.
They should come here.
This would help with that. I think it's a good. Anybody wants to fund this. This is $1 billion idea that actually could go somewhere.
If the mayonnaise
I like the
clinic
iPad
wasn't so racist.
If you think it's that good, I guess we should cut it out of the podcast.
Nah, fucking. Just whoever does it, just give me a piece. That's all I need. I want to get out of this basement.
Actually, just listening for the listener.
I want to get out of this basement.
For the listener listening to this implies a license, an oral license. You have to pay us money.
Yeah.
For the
for
the scooters. Nah, we'll be fine with pay us in seltzer. Pay us in polar seltzer.
Ooh.
Don't forget about the bubbles, kids, because what else are you going to erode your bones with these days?
Erode your bones.
Erode. Yeah.
Guys, I forgot to tell you something.
Uh-oh. My bones have been broken.
I stripped off the stage at Amityville because it has a lip. I would have torn that lip up if I were you.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Just in my
Did you go back and sign it and call it Balin's Notch?
You don't put a lip on a stage like that.
I would cut a tiny hole in the stage and call it Balin's Notch.
No.
Balin's Gulch.
You know that weird web series thing that I did a couple of years ago, that Stellar People thing?
Who can forget?
Who could forget?
Yeah.
With Rory Albanese.
Okay.
Rory is funny as hell.
Rory is funny as hell.
Hot Skates
and
Long Island.
he won we won 5 awards for the new NYC Webbies or Web Fest.
Was one of them a MacArthur Genius Grant? Because that one comes with money.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know if we got money.
Okay.
I hope we got money.
Just checking.
They probably wouldn't.
Money would be great.
Oh, they usually announce.
But Rory got a Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy, and it won Best Comedy.
It was him.
Very cool.
Basically, right?
No, Lauren Lapkus was also there.
Oh.
Does that mean it's
funny as heck then?
Oh, no, Lauren Lapkus. Oh, my God.
Don't do it.
Lopez. Wow. I don't know why I said
Lisa
that.
Lampanelli? Is that
Lisa
what you did?
Yeah.
The life coach Lisa Lampanelli is now...
What does that mean? It might go to series? Or
I don't know. I hope it means something. I mean, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
They asked me to go, and I said, "Sorry, bro, I'm on tour." And then they won all these awards.
And then he tripped.
Idiot! I should have gone.
Then he tripped and fell. The phone flew out of his hand, and there's with his 5th metatarsal shattered on the ground.
Shattered.
Should be. Hey, fuck the Rolling Stones. There's a brand I hate.
Why?
Because I'm so tired of hearing them right after Trump rallies.
Well, that's not their fault. And I think they've tried to sue or something.
Ooh, blanket license. I don't know.
Yeah.
They want to tell you that they're suing, but they're like, "We'll take his money."
Take the money.
Listen, it's no worse than there's Capital One commercials that have like Prince music in it now. Like a year after he died, now people are just like throwing shit in commercials, which I think is weird. I don't know if you've heard that one, but it drives me nuts. I don't know why can't that be stock music?
There's a lot of stock music as well. A lot of places just use.
People are just spending money on that.
Yeah, they just use like their house band to cover.
Maybe they could spend money like the people at Viacom and get the Pete and Pete stuff licensed.
Yeah.
It sounds like there might be a development in
I
that.
got an idea.
It sounds like there might be a development in that.
I got an idea. How about this?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Jounce covers every song in the episode.
What about Mighty Jounce?
That would be crazy.
Mighty Jounce
and
covers
it
because you have to play.
Terrible because it's not the original. Doesn't matter what it is. That's what the purists want.
I am trying.
The purists
to
want
help
the
you.
exact.
They want Miracle Legion?
They want everything. They want all the songs that they heard while the show was going on.
I got it.
Because
I
it
got
was
it.
important.
I got
and
it.
it really worked with the show.
I got it. Miracle Ducks.
Oh my God.
Miracle Ducks.
The Mighty Miracle Ducks.
Oh Jesus.
No, too
Okay.
much. Too wordy.
No. Gosh. Jounce 2. Back in the Ice.
No.
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 Somebody yelled at me on Twitter for talking shit about the
Lego
second
Batman.
Mighty Ducks, by the way. Someone, I
My
think it was
favorite.
Jared McGrath, who's a
He's a
constant.
An Ohio supporter.
He's an Ohio
good
constant.
guy.
Friend.
And
Thank you, Jared. What's up,
I
Jared?
just want to tell you, Jared, that I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Wow, it's a free
All
country.
right? I live in D2. I wasn't in it. I'm going to talk shit about it.
That's the greatest revenge of all time.
Yeah,
It is.
actually, the
Apartment
greatest.
ever is D2.
My and it's weird too because why does my apartment building have the letter before the
Right,
number?
that's
that
how it is.
never ever
Right.
happens.
That's how
I
it'd
hope
be.
it happens to you for the rest of your damn life.
Wow.
Hey man, the next place I go ain't a fucking apartment. That's all I'm saying.
He read.
Wow.
He read for Star Wars, and the next place he lives is going to be E9E.
Oh, I thought he was
E9.
talking about like a senior home or something.
Oh, that's funny.
I read for that.
You see, it works all the time. It never doesn't.
You know
work,
that movie
so.
Tuesdays with Maury? I read for that.
Oh yeah.
For Tuesday or for Maury?
For Maury.
Mike, you want to hear about a genius man boobs idea that we never made?
Sure, lay it on me.
It's called Tuesdays with Diarrhea.
Right.
Okay.
Immediately Mike's like,
Checked out. No, it's
No, I'm good with so far. I'm in with for the first two words.
now if you would watch the Tuesdays with Maury trailer, it basically gives the entire movie away in the trailer.
it's like this guy's going to
So-
die.
the whole thing. The
so
whole
the
thing
idea-
is just gone.
Literally, the entire idea was
Forgot
this
about this.
sentence, which was, "Every Tuesday we give Brendan diarrhea on purpose. He hasn't figured it out yet." And that was the whole idea for the whole.
So is
entire
the
sketch.
premise?
Yeah. So that
Sure.
we're giving him diarrhea.
Yeah, you
every
guys are giving him
Tuesday.
the eye drops.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. You guys got to give him the eye drops every Tuesday.
We'll make it. If you could just send us some Patreon money, that'd be great. Patreon.com/. Man,
Pay-
boobs
do the
comedy.
What?
Does it
Fuck
still
that.
exist?
Danny and Mike with the and spelled
There
out.
you
And
go.
shout out to our upselling waitress in Lansing, Michigan, who is trying to get us to have those apple cider mimosas so hard, if you can recall.
Listen,
Well, if any of us had that sort of tenacity, we would be a much better spot than we are right now.
Oh, we'd be better at upselling.
Oh my God.
I think we did quite well.
the gents, what else do we want to get into here? We're getting towards the end.
My
Getting towards the end of the app.
my son can't stop running around now after the marathon. He wants to just be running everywhere very fast.
Get him some shoes. Get him some good shoes.
He's currently wearing some mustard colored pants, which I think is great, just in case he shits himself. And
It matches.
yeah, you'll blend at least for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of good playgrounds nearby where he's just working the legs. I don't think I want him to do any serious running around the track at
Professionally.
at
yeah.
McCarran Park just yet.
Yeah.
All his falls are so great. I wonder if I felt this great. If I fell so epically when I fell down when I was little.
Is he a tough guy though? Does
I
he
just
just get
haven't
right
seen-
up if you don't like make a big deal of it?
There's this and that. There's times when he's just bounced right back. There's also times when the both of us are there, and and he milks it a little bit. But I'm trying to remember how many times I ripped my sweatpants, ripped my knee open or something like that. And he's done very well on the clothing. He just keeps catching himself on his hands and shit.
Does he do the thing, which this is one of those weird kid things that I love, which is if he falls down and he sees that your face is concerned, then it's out. Then he's like screaming.
Oh, that's the reaction.
yeah. But if he sees you as calm, like, oh, it's okay, that's funny, then he just doesn't. I don't know.
Adele asked me to kind of tread a middle ground on that and let him express his express his concern and don't say, oh, it's okay, you're fine, shush. If you feel bad, let it out. And usually there's some kissing it to make it better or something.
Right.
You'll have to learn this if you
That's what
have
I
a
was-
kid.
yeah.
Kissing it to make it better.
Yeah,
is
kissing it to make
What's
it better.
your,
I got nephews,
You get nephews,
man.
yeah.
I'm figuring
No,
it
I'm
out.
not talking nephews.
I've been doing the
Yeah, how's your littler nephew though?
little one.
Yeah.
He just had his little birthday party.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I remember.
I got him.
I remember him just being a little stinker when I got my Vans shoes at your wedding.
He was a little tiny man, and now he's like a behemoth. Like I had to get him for his birthday. I got to get him
The next size
I
up.
had to get him like 18 to 24, and he's 12.
Bro. That's how G was.
He's just like a tank.
Maybe they could lift together later this
And
year.
he doesn't
What's
like
your bench?
Yeah,
what's your bench?
Does he lift in the city or does he lift in Jersey?
He lives in Jersey.
Yeah.
I read for that.
No, lift, not
he's-
live.
Oh,
lift.
live. He lifts. Yeah, he's freelance.
I'm saying
lifter.
if he works out in Manhattan, then they could meet up.
Right. No, I mean actually, my sister works in Manhattan, so she comes
She
in.
could drop him off. She could drop him off at the daycare lifter, daycare gym.
He got. They all. Him and my other nephew got hand, foot, and mouth.
Oh, they got Coxsackie.
They got Coxsackie. Yeah.
Hey, it happens to the best of them.
It comes
It's
around, man.
It's either side of the Hudson River. It doesn't really
It doesn't
matter.
really
bro.
matter.
Yeah, it's gonna get you eventually. I thought it was McCarran Rash, which is the playground over by us.
That's what I think I have right now.
Oh, really?
McCarran Rash.
Yeah, it's good. Hit the
So I'm
shower.
sitting-
Hit the showers,
So I'm
kid.
sitting in the van for too long.
Oh, you have You have what do you call it? You have Odyssey Rash.
No, it's a Grand Caravan.
You have a Toyota Sienna Rash.
No, it's a Dodge Grand
It's
Caravan.
always a Dodge Caravan.
I made sure to get the Dodge Grand Caravan because they are the longest. They have the biggest back, so
And
we can stick all our stuff in.
Brother, I want to thank your mother for a butt like that.
They're also easiest to lock keys in. So
On the subject of locking keys, Buffalo was cool in that it's very close to Pennsylvania and it's almost Ohio, right? You could throw a rocket.
It's not close to Pennsylvania.
What are you talking about?
It's not close to Pennsylvania.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Buffalo is not close to
But
Pennsylvania.
I'm saying like New York thins.
Yes, sure. In the grand scheme of things, it is, but there's
Culturally, it's close to Pennsylvania. It's the
culturally, it's close to Canada.
It's the only
They
city
all
in
want
New York.
free health care.
Okay. There's a lot of banks there.
It's the second biggest city in the
Hopefully, it'll be the downfall of Cuomo. Do you think the second term of Cuomo is just going to be people investigating his corruption all the time?
Oh, I don't know.
Third term, excuse me.
It was a.
That happened. Yeah, a lot of
I didn't have to deal with it. I had my own bullshit about thinking about voting for Bob Menendez
Oh right, Jersey.
because I didn't want to,
Yeah.
but I had to.
He was elected, wasn't he?
Yes, he was by a lot.
So, by a lot.
Yeah, and it's his third term.
I would.
Well, he'll do more for me than I was never going to vote for Bob Hugan because he's a piece of shit.
Did he have? Well, I'm saying, did he have like Hudson County lockdown, and that was what, or it has to?
No,
come?
they just it just I don't know. I can't take any of what the media was saying about that because it was like half of it was like Bob Menendez is gonna fucking just crush, and the other half was it's a very tight race.
Yeah.
And then he won by like 15.
It's tough. It's tough because you definitely feel this tension between cynicism and idealism. There's always that. That tension. Like in Night of the Hunter when he goes, "Oh, brother left hand, oh, brother right hand."
It just felt like to me that this election in particular was just vote down the ticket line and work on the nuances later.
I penalize the working families party. That's it.
I mean, just
I met my local-
it's just like
I
it
met
just
my
felt that
local
way. It's like I
delegate,
don't
though. She's
like
nice.
Bob Menendez. I think Bob Menendez is not a good person. He's not good for the state of New Jersey. He's not that great. But
He
he's
taught you how
better
to brush
than-
your
He
hair.
didn't teach me how to brush my hair.
For the listener.
What did Jay Leno says? I brushed your hair. Krusty when he's doing it.
Mm.
Is that a Simpsons reference?
You don't, Jeremy. You don't talk much about who you voted for, but I can imagine that there was a vegetarian candidate in this election that you supported
No, I don't. I don't base my votes on that. But
on how to eat.
yeah, I mean it's different. I feel like in Brooklyn, it's like it's hard to. We're in such a bubble in this
Yeah,
part of the
100%.
country.
You can only
Sure that-
really distinguish yourself by voting for different judges.
Yeah. One of that. Yes, that was on the ticket too. But yeah,
I think all the ballot propositions passed, which is a good thing. I was interested in term limits for community boards.
I think it's. I'm taking. I think there's a lot of positives from this election. So I know people are kind of bummed about it, but I'm happy. I'm happy that the House was taken back by Democrats. I'm happy that
Yeah, but they sucked a big
that a
dick in
lot of
Ohio.
people
Sorry
came out and
about
vote.
that imagery, but
Yeah, I know. Mike
Ohio
DeWine.
and the
Mike DeWine.
yeah, Mike DeWine's the worst, dude.
Yeah. But I don't live there anymore, so I can't do anything about it other than phone bank.
I don't know. I really liked Hound Dog.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I liked Hound Dog's pizza. Remember, I fucking ordered a large by myself.
You
and
didn't like it
destroyed
the next day when we
You
left
didn't
it
like
in
it the
van.
next day.
Or whatever.
Pizza
the-
should be better or comparable the next day.
Well, you should all. I did. You know what? I didn't bring my cast iron pan with me on the tour. Next time we know
Next time.
stuff. We got such a great reaction, folks. So let's organize something else, like New England or
We're working on
Working
it.
on the spring.
I'm working
Or
on the spring,
or
man.
Cascadia. Hopefully before that big earthquake hits, or it's maybe the Central Valley to support communities ravaged by the wildfires currently burning up Northern and Southern California.
Yes.
Let's think about
I'd
the
love to
people
do a
working
benefit
hard
show.
right now, sweating their asses off much more than us in Jeremy's hot studio,
Oh, man.
For
could
me,
you-
bubbling-
I'm not sweating at all.
boiling
Those
seltzer,
photos from that are
Seltzer
just
King Studios.
insane.
Yeah, just remember the people working hard every day and the other people
Absolutely.
getting the hell out of their way, trying to just save their lives.
Right.
Thinking about all the photos I would miss
It's
if they ever burned up.
it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Anyway, I don't want to go into it, but I don't want to go into the tweet that blamed the fire, basically sided with the fire, which was a weird thing. But,
Well, when your administration takes $4.7 billion away from fucking the national forest, and a lot of those parks are
Oh,
federal land,
Oh, I
and they're
didn't
not
realize-
state land.
I didn't realize Danny brought receipts.
I brought receipts, man.
Okay,
That shit's it's really fucked up. That tweet was really disgusting.
Yeah.
And just shows where we are in this world. And
Nobody's
God
driving the
help us
bus.
all.
Nobody's driving the bus to quote myself
This
in a Pete and Pete episode.
might be the most political episode we've ever done.
Get out
So,
of here.
Get
And
out.
that's
It's only like
ba-
4
Jeremy,
minutes. That's
Cut it
based
out.
on the recent elections. I'm just saying, just putting it out there into the world. But
Appreciate it. And
I almost told people on election day.
what? Don't buy
What
my
we were
album.
No, I wanted to. I thought it would be funny to start like
If you're a Republican,
hey,
don't
this
buy
just-
Dave's
no,
album.
No, just like saying bogus election results.
Yeah.
mhm.
Like
I think we
I don't know.
We're good on it.
Hey, statehood.
We're good on the bonus
statehood
shit.
for Puerto Rico. That's what I would say. Let's make Puerto Rico a state. Let's print. It would be a big boon for the flag industry, fitting in a 51st star, and basically we've used Puerto Rico as a fucking tax shelter for a long time. Let's do the right thing.
I'm literally staring at your armpit because when I look at you when you're talking, that's what I see.
What
And
about
for the
what about
listener,
now?
he has such wispy underarm.
It is very
hair.
wispy and
Please
not
don't undermine
completely
my
dry.
message of statehood for Puerto Rico with your idle musings about my body hair. Dear God, think about the poor people listening to this, either, on some sort of transport method, whether they have to control it with their own hands or embarrass themselves by stifling a laugh in front of their fellow passengers. God, you are awful people. I'm so honored to work with you every time we record.
That's right.
I'm
If you
sorry,
have
the flag industry is really,
Yeah.
it's really something you think about. It
oh yeah,
keeps you up
they
at night.
sponsor. Yeah, they
It
sponsor me.
keeps you up at
Flag
night
City.
that it's been a long time
we
since
drove
48
through-
went to 49 and 49 to 50.
We drove through Flag City on the way. Where is that in Indiana? I took pictures. There's We drove through Flag City like 100 times because Indiana's so boring. If you have an opinion,
Jesus.
call me at 347-470-8150. That's Danny and Mike's voicemail.
For good time for you and for us, because we'll listen and then maybe we'll respond to you.
347-470-8150. Tell us what you think about Columbus, Ohio, doubling the size of Bossy Girls.
I thought you were going to say Dublin, Ohio. I was like, wow, you know Dublin, Ohio?
Sure, don't you? How about
Yeah.
Limerick, PA?
I know about Limerick. Limerick, PA got the big-
nuclear power
big
plant right
nuclear
behind
power.
you. Yeah, we went pretty close by.
Yeah, you can, depending on where you're driving, if you hit that point high
it looks
enough,
like
you
the
can see
Simpsons.
it.
It basically
It does look
Simpsons
exactly like
The Simpsons themes plays every time I look at.
Yes.
Jeremy, anything to say?
Well, I'd say also check out Patreon. Patreon.com/.
Danny Mike with the N spelled out.
Fuck you, Dan. Also,
Wait, how do you spell fuck you, Danny?
Usually we do emojis, so it translates well for the computer. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Also, let's see. This guy right here on my right is at Michael C. Marone on the twits, and this is at D. Tamborelli on twits, at Danny Tamborelli on the Instagrams. I am at Remy Balin and at Jeremy Balin on the Insta. checks out DannyandMike.com. There's a very good chance that the website's up and working.
Without
Yeah, so we
malware.
can continue to sell the merch that we have left.
Oh yeah,
right.
get some nice
Yeah,
tours.
do
Still
a
have
big
some
push.
good. We do have some big, some holiday stuff for
Yeah.
you people.
Yeah, so don't mess it up, and stay on our good side so everybody receives some in their stocking.
Oh, maybe.
Somebody
Stocking.
stuffs
Great stocking stuff.
Yeah, stuck some stuffings this holiday season.
Yeah.
Stocking stuffsters.
Also, go to the California Fire Foundation, and you can donate for to help out the firefighter. That goes right to the firefighters helping in this blaze.
I heard they need camelbacks, so just send them
Oh, man.
camelbacks.
Send them, yeah. Also, what else we got to talk about? The Last Podcast Network.
Yes.
Check them out, lastpodcastnetwork.com.
I can't believe they're not.
I can smell your armpit because you're doing that, Mike. For the listener, he's airing his armpit,
Yeah.
and because
Not cool.
the wind
Man.
is going around, I can catch all of his.
There's no wind in here.
There's zero wind.
well,
this
he's
is
creating wind.
no.
with
This
his
is a
stuff.
state. No, this is actually called the Nirvana Studio. It means no wind.
This is
Oh, I read for that.
this.
Thanks to the listener.
Thank you for listening.
You're-
We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, you're lucky you can't smell.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Baylor. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure and check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.